Hello, everybody out there in QuickBooks land. This is I, Greg Bosson, and you are listening to the Quick Tips newsletter. This is for nonprofits using QuickBooks across the country. It comes out once a month, and this is the little tip for July of 2019. This month, we're going to talk about, and this tip anyway, it's a pretty simple tip, but it's amazing how many people don't know this, and that's how to add a logo to a form. So in QuickBooks, you can do forms to customers called one form is an invoice if you want to invoice a customer. And then also, if you've taken my training before, you know that the best way to use QuickBooks as a donor database is to use this donations form, which is actually a sales receipt form. And we're going to talk about how to add the logo to these forms. This is for the desktop. There is a companion video that is for those of you using the online edition, but let's show you how to do this. So if you notice here, we're looking at a sales receipt, and the point that I want to make is when this thing gets printed, let me go ahead and do a preview here. This is what a sales receipt looks like. And say you want to add a logo to it. I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay. So, because any form that you have going out to a donor or a customer, you would probably want to have your logo. So I'll just show you how to do that. So first of all, you want to make sure that you have the appropriate template chosen. Each one of these forms is its own template. Here's one called a daily sales summary. Here's one called an Intuit standard donation. So whichever one you choose, I like to just go with the custom sales receipt. You can add your logo to it. Now, when you add your logo, it's not going to be added to all the template choices, just the one. But we'll pick this one. And there's more than one way to do this, but I'm going to give you the easiest. You see this little formatting tab up here? We're going to click on it. And you see this little button that says Customize Data Layout. We're going to click on that button. And this is actually a window where you can make all sorts of changes to the form. But I'm just going to go right down real quickly to the Layout Designer right here. I'm going to click on the Layout Designer. And then I'm going to go up here where it says Add. I'm going to click Add. And this is where you can add all sorts of things. Text boxes, data fields from within QuickBooks, and then also an image. So I'm going to click on an image. Then, of course, you'll need to find where your image is. So you'll need to have your image on your computer somewhere. You're probably going to be, a lot of us don't know where the image came from that you're using for your logo. You may be calling somebody's daughter who made the logo years ago and getting them to send it to you. But here's our logo. I'm going to click Open. And I'm going to click OK. And it's going to add it to the form. Now, of course, I don't really like it where it is, so I'm going to start moving things around. So I really want it in this corner up here, but there's already something else in the corner. I'm just clicking and dragging to move the box around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all these boxes down. Now, I could click and just kind of move each box down individually, but I really like the way that they're lined up now, so I don't really want to change that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of click all of them together. I'm going to click this first box. It says sales receipt. I'm going to take my finger and push on the shift key. I'm going to keep my finger held on the shift key, and then I'm going to push all the other boxes. And in this way, I'm kind of picking multiple boxes at once. Then I'm going to let go of the shift key, and then I can just use the arrow keys on my keypad to kind of drag this down where I want it to go. When I get it at a point where I like it, say I want it maybe about there, then I'll just click outside the boxes and then it's moved. Then I can click on this box, drag it up here to the top, and then I'll just make it a little bit bigger. Zoop, and there you go. And that's how I add the logo to the form. So now it's going to look like this. So let me just go ahead and I'll go back to a form that I've already created. Here's a transaction I already created. And I'm going to pick my custom sales receipt because that's the one that's going to have my logo on it. And then I'm just going to do a print and I'm going to do a preview. And here's the logo. Isn't that pretty cool? And it works the same if you invoice people. I know many of you do invoice, and you can do that directly in QuickBooks. Here's an invoice here. If you click on the formatting tab, you go to the customized data layout, You click on Layout Designer. Here it is again, and this is where you can add your logo. So you just click Add right there. So it works the same way. And once you add that logo, it'll be there every time you pick the template that you added the logo to. So if you are interested, as it relates to the sales receipt, we can actually turn this whole thing into a thank you letter. I'm going to go ahead and I picked my little thank you letter template. I want you to see what this looks like. Isn't this kind of cool? So I can turn this directly into a thank you letter by doing more alterations to the form. So if you like this tip and you want to find out more about that, please sign up for one of our live training classes or our webinar series that's coming up or one of our training products. We also have tech support. So in order to find out about that, you just go to QuickBooksMadeEasy.com. And so it's QuickBooksMadeEasy.com, and I think that there might be a little link at the end of the video here. So that's it. Happy QuickBooksing. Talk to you later.